Ụtụtụ ọma nọ nakwazi eke ọma na ụmụ ọdịnala Igbo. A sị nka chi tata bụ eke ketara anyị ihe ọma ma kepụrụ anyị ihe ọjọọ. Anyị ga-ejere obodo na-arụ obodo na-akpọku ndị njelu nke Chukwu niile, mmụọ niile na-eri oke na eke ọnụ bịa kwudoro anyị na nkụzi nke ụbọchị taa n'oge awa nke eziokwu. Aka m bụkwa onye nke gị, Ogbuefi EZE-ANA Ugochi tubelu oraifite. Abụ m onye isi nchụaja na Ugochi tubelu ọdịnala temple, bụrụkwazi onye isi nchụaja na ọdịnala restoration prayer ministry, bụrụkwazi onye mgbasa ozi ọdịnala Igbo. My mission is to help people live better life. N'ụbọchị taa, isiokwu nke anyị ji wee bịa n'oge awa nke eziokwu abụ Reincarnation, elu ụwa. Gee ntị ma gee ntị nke ọma ka ịmata ihe niile ị kwesịrị ịma gbasara this mystery of life. Reincarnation remains mystery of human existence. Aga m akọwa ya in details. Ị ga-esikwa ịgwa ndị a dị ọnụ etụsara vidiyo ya ka ndị ọzọ nso mụta ihe ha amaghị. Mana bifo m gaa n'iru, ọkwa dị mkpa m kwesịrị ka mma bụ echefukwana na aja anyị na-achụ kwa ọnwa anyị na-achụ 14 days rituals n'ọnwa ọbụla. Nke ọnwa March ga-ebido na March 6. However, ọ bụrụ na ị chọrọ isonye na ya bụ aja, mmanụ na ozi gị ga-eru anyị aka ọnọ before 5th of March ka anyị nwee ike so n'afọ ndị aga ya adị afa gị, compute the names together. Ndị anyị gara present n'ihu altar kwa ụbọchị na-agbapụta afọ ha wee na-aja ha chụnyaba aja kwa ụbọchị wee ruo n'abalị 14. Ekwena ka this great opportunity of aja anyị n'igwe ka ọ gbanahụ gị. Ị chọọ isonye, ịchacha m na WhatsApp ka m gwa gị ka ị ga-esi wee sonye, maka na ị ga-asọmit ya prayer request, 3 prayer request. Ka anyị kwubi okwu n'isi ọnọdụ gị. Agwara m ụnụ na achụcha aja bido na 6 achụcha ya for 14 days. Mbọsị a ga-emechi ya na anyị ga-evisit achụcha aja anyị ga-achụ na temple. Aja mbunye na aja pụrụ ya, achụcha ya aja nsuru ọkụ, achụcha ya ọ na-akụ 10 in the morning na ịgbadazie na mmiri gaa chụọ aja nke anyị ga-achụ na mmiri, gbagotakwazie park na temple bịa chụọ aja ebulu, aja anyị ga-eji wee mesara aka. Ụbọchị a ọ bụrụ na ifuru onwe gị enyiwe a ala Naịjirịa na ị ga-abịa bịa ebe ụbọchị a rụọ ọgwụ afọ. Yes, ọtụtụ ndị mmadụ ndị na-abịa n'Ugochi tubelu ọdịnala temple kwa ụbọchị abịa eso na-eri na-enwe aṅụrị, amarụgo ha ga-abịa. Nke a bụ ofu. Nke ịbụọ, echefukwana, ọ bụrụ na o nwere mkpa na-akpa gị, ị contemplate kwana to take your life, onye ọ bụ the greatest harm any human spirit can do to him or herself. Never. O nwere ndị nọ n'ọnọdụ ka nke gị mma, nke gị ka ọnọdụ ka nke gị njọ, but today they are smiling because they never give up. Yes, Ogbuefi EZE-ANA Ugochi tubelu o nwere mgbe ọ kọrọ m ka onye mmebite, but one thing is this: I never give up. Once there is life, there is hope. Always learn for the midst of life. Onwere condition ị nọ ya today that I do not understand you perfectly, because na-ebugo m mmiri buo ngwọ malụ nke ka alọ. I have been to the two sides of the coin. And or if you are following me, I will always tell you what really works. And never you, because what you are suffering today, every problem has expiring date. That you are suffering today, if you want to end it, you end it. But it has not as a magic. Because often man now, when small challenge came their way, they will start looking for shortcut. There is no shortcut in creation. Every shortcut there is danger. But what you must know is be consistent, be on the right path, keep doing the right thing consistently enough to create good and massive results. It's just a matter of time. You start smiling. Within 3 to 6 months, you can change the ugly condition into celebration. I'm a living witness. Today, what I'm asking the Almighty and my Izmir is no longer daily bread. Yes, ihe m na-ayọ ha taa bụ kedu ihe m ga-eme ka m bụrụ a helping hand dịka oke osisi ọjị wee nyere imirikiti ndị mmadụ aka. Kedu ihe m ga-eme to impact lives? Yes, kedu ihe m ga-eme to impact lives? N'ụdị dị iche iche, both spiritual and financially. That's why I'm decided to go into industrialization. By so doing, I will be able to create some jobs to some youths, at least, so that the person can hold the body and spirit together while fighting for the spiritual upliftment. Look at that. So, if the Almighty and my Izmezu can lift me, they can lift you. What is important is believing and acting upon your calling. So this show quite about it. If you see a topic here today, put it into work. And I can tell you that two things will begin to happen in your life. It's a gradual process. It's like somebody walking on the staircase. Must be step by step, by step. Whenever you try to jump staircase, you are putting yourself into danger and you might harm yourself. You might injure yourself. But walking staircase step by step, you see that you are climbing gradually. That is the law's equation. On Sundays, I never canceling, but any Sunday you are coming, you must inform me, book or the book appointment with me, because all Sunday book appointment come with the key food. I normally like to give people attention. Echefukwana na mwa EZE-ANA Ogbuefi Ugochi. I answer my call. Nobody answer my call. I respond to my messages. So nobody will tell you is my PA or whatever. No. Yes, I walk around the clock. And for this morning, after this video, I'm going see all in the afternoon. I booked that for a good number. The phone was leaking. What is their response? Mandaga bara for present, Mandaga bara online. Then what is their response? Maybe later in the day. So dịka isiokwu anyị si wee gaa n'ụbọchị taa bụ reincarnation. Gịnị bụ reincarnation? Let me explain a lot of things you need to know and what you must know about life. And what you must know about life. And that thing you must know about life is you must understand how things work for you not to enjoy yourself. The Almighty Father, the creator of the whole universe, have permitted human spirits to be here on earth, to mature, and be conscious of who they are. Because as a spirit giant in the spiritual realm, human spirit is unconscious of who they are. Therefore, they don't even know that they exist. They are unconscious of their real self. Therefore, they will not be able to contribute their quota in furthering creation. So they are very dormant in the spiritual realm. That is why a living being now cannot even explain about he or her origin. In the spiritual realm, every human spirit works in upward direction. Enwere ihe dịka alụmdi na nwunye in the spiritual realm. It's only for the purpose of working on earth. That is why in the ethereal world, human spirit took on form, the feminine form and the masculine form, in order to walk in that direction. But in upper spiritual level, we are all spirits. But coming down to this material world, the gross material, we need to take on form, either walk in passive. We took on form to walk in a man's radiation and the feminine radiation to complement each other, because in creation, Chukwu Okike kere ihe niile oke na nwunye, oke na nwunye. Ya batara ihe niile ekere ka even trees. You understand? It was called even animals, oke na nwunye. Because we need negative and positive in order to complement each other. Now, since human spirit is unconscious of who they are in the spiritual realm, because in the spiritual realm, closer to the unmovable mover, you cannot withstand the radiation of the Most High. So that region is kind of, it can only withstand the promiscuity of God. It can't withstand it as a spirit giant. So human being is unconscious. So that's why we are allowed to come to this earth, the cooler region, where we will recognize who we are, and where we will be able to live our life and mature and become stronger in order to withstand the intensity of and radiation in the spiritual realm. So therefore, that is why we are allowed to come down to this gross material, the earth. So what is expected of you is to make use of this allocated time. Every human spirit jam has allocated time. If the human spirit is like a spirit jam, I am the science spermatozoa and everything, how we can fertilize the egg of a woman and life will take on form. So by so doing, human beings don't really know who they are up there. You are allowed to come to this gross material to mature. And there is an allocated time given to you for you to come and mature and go back to where you originated from. And join n'otu ndị ichie. That is the highest point human spirit can reach. That highest point is where the church people call paradise. That is the highest point human spirit can reach. However, the Almighty Creator is far, far above paradise. There is so many realms. Even the primordial, where the throne of the primordial queen, EZE-ANA Ugochi. Ihe gọrọ na agba ochie na akwụkwọ ndị ụka bụ ihe afọ ebe mention the primordial queen. Ọ maka onye ga na-agwa gị na onye nwa dị asọ bụ nne ha na ọnya nwa bụ EZE-ANA Ugochi. Where na ihe gbasara EZE-ANA Ugochi, the primordial queen has been mentioned even in the Bible in Old Testament, even before the advent of New Testament that brought in Christian religion. Enwere the thrones, enwere the 24 elders, enwere ihe anọ dị ndụ, the highest matured animals, that is the throne, and so on and so on. Enwere cadres of powers coming from the throne of the Almighty. Then coming down, there is other entities of powers down. Agwara m unu na earthly governance is a prototype of what is happening in the spiritual. Onye isi ala na ya, enwere minister, enwere secretary of the federation, enwere other palm sectors, enwere ministers, enwere representatives, enwere governors, down local government chairman to councillor. Ndị na-abụ cadres of power. Ha niile bụ ndị na-agent of government. Etu a ka ọ dịkwa, those entities of powers are ndị anjelu nke Chukwu, ndị na-ejere Chukwu na mmadụ ozi. They work to the glory of the Almighty Father. However, they normally come across man. Now, why you are here on earth is to mature. And the only way you can mature is by experiencing. By experiencing. That's why you are allowed to be here on earth, to see things yourself, to experience those things, how things work, and to gain those experiences that will mature you and make you better human beings. So that's why purpose you are here. Your purpose of being here is for you to learn the trade, learn everything, mature, so that if you mature very well, you will be added to the Otundi chair, where you will be continuing with the Almighty in furthering creation. Almighty Father is already there, but Otundi chair is a policy-making body. Like the way onye isi ala ga-esi nọrọ n'obodo, the agents of government ga-afụzi maka ịfụ na ihe niile na-aga n'anya na-enwe law and order and na-enwe development. Enwe ma minister of development and everything. The same thing ka ọ dị in creation. Enwere ndị anjelu nke Chukwu, ndị ọgwụ ha bụ ọrụ ha ide eme ka okwute na-eto. Ịmara na okwute na-eto eto, the hills, they grow, and beautifying nature, all the nature. Ịmara onwe ndị anjelu nke Chukwu, ndị ọgwụ ọrụ ha, onwe ndị ọrụ ha ụmụ ọrụ ha ime ka mmiri zoo, onwe ndị ọgwụ ọrụ ha ime ka ihe the plants na-grow well, onwe ndị ọrụ ha bụ ide elekọta anya all the animals and rest of them. So onye na-asị mmadụ God punish you, don't they understand who God is? The Almighty Father, the unmovable mover, cannot be taken too low to be going after Ifeanyi, Ifeyinwa, Ngozi, and the punishing people one after the other. No. He is the throne. The agents, the Andangelo Kechukwu, ndị ọbụ all have discipline, they will discipline you. Ndị ọbụ ha all have to reward you, they will reward you. Didn't now Andangelo Kechukwu. Now, why man was allowed to be here on earth? Yes. Now, that no single human spirit will exhaust his a lifetime allocated time in one single earth life. Nobody. Example, na mere allocate of 600 years. Now, example, I just use it as an example. You can come to the world 4, 5, 6 times, depending on allocated time to mature. Ị nwere ike ịbịa na nke anọ 120, bịa na nke anọ 80, bịa na nke anọ 60, bịa na nke anọ 80, bịa na nke anọ 120, and so on. The accumulated time. The mercy of life will not allow you, because the bandage will not fall. Will not allow you to know if the one you are here now is your last time. But note, no human spirit on earth now is here for the first time. No. Because fresh souls, fresh spirits are no longer permitted to be here. However, there is some distorted souls that are not even supposed to be here. It's like some souls that are being condemned. But because of the negative volition of man, of women, we still give them helping hand, instead of them to be in a region where they will suffer for what they have done. Man still give them another helping hand for them to be here back in creation. Well, how you know them? They are coming back here on earth is not to add any value, but to torment and harm genuine human beings. Because they are not genuine at all. They are on to cause more harm. They are here to cause more pain to genuine human beings. People call them evil spirits. Some people call them Hundojo. Example, there are some people that will be on earth in their entire life. What there is written is wickedness, hurting and torturing others. How you know them? Causing people pain and hardship gladdens the heart. They are always happy when they inflict a lot of pain in the new human being. Those people are not human. They are not supposed to be here. But because human spirit gave them hand to be here on earth, if not, nature have already put them down, waiting for the crushing and the total annihilation. Now, what we know about reincarnation is that onwere some souls bụ ndị kwesịrị, like a man nwere ike ịpụta because of what he or she passed through. Okay, let's say a man. What a man passed through in this earth life, the person might long that in his next life he will like to be a woman. Ọ bụrụgo ihe ụwa, ọnwụọ iyi n'ụwa ya ọzọ na ya ga-abụ nwaanyị. He had already taken on form maka na ike dị n'okwu ọnụ. Mgbe ahụ o kwupụtara ya, he had already recorded in creation. In the next earthly life, he will be permitted to wear female clothes, that is female body, but the inner spirit is man. The person might have a physique of a woman, but no being abroad one. It's vice versa. The same thing with men. Some women will say, okay, in the next world, na ha ga-abụ nwoke. Yes, ọ bịakwa na the next world ahụ nwa nwoke, anụ ahụ ya bụrụ nwoke, mana inner spirit dị n'ime nwa. Ọ ya pụtara na ị ga-afụ some opposite sex. Ọkpa mgbe na-asị onye a is this person a woman, a genuine woman, or this person is a genuine man, because of distortion. You understand? So enwere so many longing. Enwekwara ndị bịakwa no take their iyi ụwa dịka isiokwu anyị si were taa, what you should know about the reincarnation and the iyi ụwa. Now, because of what they passed through, they now swore that in their next life, they are not interested in getting married. Due to Nanyawa onwe ya amụrụzi some of the decisions he took in a previous life, it will start hurting him or her in this present life. And it will not, she will not, or he or she will not even know that the cause of his earthly challenges is because of iyo. Onye ka ụfọdụ ndị mmadụ na-ekwu gbasara ịpụpụ iyi ụwa. Enwere so many ways esi eme in the past, but nowadays o nwere ka nsi eme ya. Negative iyi ụwa can be turned around site na onye nwere ikikere ikwubi okwu n'isi ya. Nke na nwere akọrọ n'akwụkwọ ndị okwu ọbịa gbasara Jabez. Jabez will pain. Everything about Jabez is negative. Everything about Jabez is suffering. Till one day, Jabez wee nọ na wutie o wee yọba Chukwu si ya biko ya sị gbanwere ya ọnọdụ ya na ọnọdụ a adịgo njọ. By the power of determination and the word, that ọnọdụ ya ahụ agbanwere ya. So ana m achọ ịgwa gị na iyi ụwa gị can be reversed by the person that have the power. And then starting from you must have this determination that all things have passed away. And today that you want to start on a clean slate. Then nke ọzọ bụ dịka nsi wee kwu, you are not permitted to know who we are in your previous life, except few individuals, few mystics that the forces of nature allowed to have a faint idea of who they truly are in the previous life. Some few individuals can tell you authoritatively who they are because their guide intentionally, entities of power intentionally allow them to have faint idea of who they were. So, because it was the it's not everybody, majority of people on earth are not permitted. Because some people, if you permit them to know who they are, they can abuse powers. Some can even tell you, do you know I was a former Igwe of Anabenam? Then it will make the person to hang his shoulder, the ego. It will even affect the person's mental and spiritual behavior in this present earth life. Because in this present earth life, he's supposed to live a simplest life in order to learn the lesson that he's supposed to learn, so that he will add it up to his spiritual knowledge that they have already gained in your previous earth lives. I know some people will be asking me, if it's the same person that reincarnates, why is it that they don't really know who they are? Example, you're a professor of English or whatever. Why is it that in this present earth life you don't know, you can't remember anything about you or your previous earth life? The answer is very simple. You will not remember who you are in your previous earth life because in human head there is two brains, the frontal brain and the back brain. The frontal brain is to where we human being install the intelligence and knowledge. Let me put it this way. While the back brain is more of like antenna receiving spiritual energy and spiritual connection. The dreams we have normally emanate from the back brain. and pass the signal to the frontal brain, then for the frontal brain to give interpretation based on human intellect. That's what happens. Now, all your academic knowledge and studies end in the frontal brain. It's the only impression and the favor, knowledge, understanding that you learn from your particular earthly existence and what you have experienced. The what you perceive and what the knowledge you got from it is the only thing that benefit the spirit in you. That is the core man. That is the only thing, the enrichment the spirit is getting. So because of all the earthly existence, we only the lesson learned from it can only be passed to the spirit. Example, onye na-trust mmadụ so easy, and over time you have trusted people and they betrayed you. The lesson there is never to trust anybody unless if the person proves that he or she deserves to be trusted. So that is the only thing that will benefit the spirit. That betrayal you suffer now might make your spirit not to be trusted so easy, and it will make your spirit maybe in the next earth life not to be trusting anybody unless if the person proves to be trusted. So if una got the benefits were there, ọnya bụ ihe kwesịrị ịma nke a ofu. Nke abụọ bụ na mgbe anwa all the academics and technical know-how and whatever you learn on earth is here, and this frontal brain belong to the earthly clock, their body, and when for any reason the person passes on, as the person dies, and the person earthly clock was buried 6 feet. Now the body will decay, including the brain, the academic storage house, and everything will decay. While the spirit will go back in the spiritual realm, waiting for another opportunity to be presented so that he will reincarnate back to complete his mission, the circle of life. Now, when it happened like that way, you can see that all the academic, you're a king, you're a professor, and everything is gone. So, if the spirit is want to reincarnate back again, he will reincarnate with total fresh body, because when the fetus in the woman's stomach start growing, at a certain time, around middle of pregnancy, the spirit that's supposed to make use of that earthly body will enter. Immediately enter, that is when the child will have the first kick, because soon abatago n'ime that ọbara na-akpụkọ akpụkọ n'eburo ndị batara na ya obido movement. And ọnya melụ, whenever human being dies, maybe accident or whatever, the spirit leaves the body will paralyze, because all the spirit near the body. Yes, spirit is life. Spirit apuana, the body will become lifeless. So always total fresh body. Therefore, since not acquire like only easy fresh clothes, there is no way when we can recover. You know that no once a professor. You know, that a man cannot recall unless few individuals any the opportunity, their guide, spiritual guide, open their spiritual eyes for them to know that they have once been on earth. If not, you cannot know. But another thing you know is that the spirit, which is the karma, when the spirit behave, you will agree with me that this is no longer, this is just a spirit, old spirit in your body. Let me put it that way. Ma ọ bụ ọ ga-adị ka asị na-ebu ọ dị ka ị nwere dịka let's say mat na-ekpọtara children of let's say age 10 years, bring like 4 or 5 of them, keep them in one place, allow them to play around, discuss, interact. You will see that some of them are more intelligent than the other. Yes, some will argue that because all of them might even be from the same family. So it's not as if you will think that this family is more, no. But the same parents, but you see that their intelligence and knowledge differ. It will happen that way because of the presence of the real command that is in each body. So all nghọta the spirit nọ n'ime each and every one of them, because some of them can on a kindergarten, while some are in primary school, some are in secondary school, while some are in university mahadum. So ha kpaa agwa efu na onwere onye ka ibie dị knowledgeable. Sometimes how many earth life the person may go experience might be the reason why the person is so more intelligent than the other, because he have seen more. Ya? So he kwesịrị ịma. Ụfọdụ na-ajụkwa kedu ihe kpatalụ ọ dị possible nwoke na previous earth life reincarnate as a woman in this present earth life? Yes. The same thing with nwaanyị na previous earth life can today reincarnate as a nwoke. Ya? So mgbe a gbara gị afọ onye ụwa wee sị gị na onye nọrọ ụwa ndị iwu nwoke mana nwaanyị nọrọ ụwa, don't be surprised. In creation it is possible. Some choose to be originally they are man, but in because of Yowa, oath of life, decided to be a woman and experience this present earth life as a woman. So for that reason, if one reasoning they got different. So all the possible. So you gotta go down. All the possible working on one no work over. You got that? Then because of what the person decide in his or her previous earth life and what he want to achieve in this present earth lives. And some of the people in previous earth life decided that in this present earth life they will not get married. And when they come to this world, but as you regret, of course, ndị na-anụ di na nwunye ọfụma ọtọ ha ụtọ ọchọgazie ka ọ lụọ di, mana husband I continue living him or her. So ọ dịbazie like that, o nwere ike obido gbagharịba chiwe na mmadụ kechide, mana ọ bụrụ mmadụ kechide na-abụrụkwa na adọka bupụ data ihe ụwa kwugharịa okwu reverse ya that negative ihe ụwa ka o wee nwee ike, because na mmadụ anyị take oath of life against the chọrọ ihe dị etu a chịkọja na asị na-echọrọ ya unless they change that oath taking, which is very possible. Mana ekere ọrụ ka ọbụrụ dị na ya emegbu ya gbakwa ndị na-akpọrọ ọrụ ga-ekwubiwe okwu and all things become pass away and everything become new. Ekere ọrụ eke. Then nke ọzọ m chọrọ ikwu maka ya bụ na o nwere ndị nwere ike, some people might pass on. Ekwubona eme mbụ na before everything that happened in this gross material, it must have taken on form in the spiritual realm, waiting for the thing to happen in this gross material. Can marry that? Mmadụ nwere ike, an elderly person, maybe your father, nwere ike you take care of your father or someone n'ihe email m na mma abịara gị ụwa. O nwere mgbe ọ na-agwa gị ihe, ọ na-agwa gị ya as a young person, n'ụbọ nwaanyị, mana years after ịmụọ nwa true efu ya nọ ya father completely n'anya gị. Ọ na-ebe Wee gwakwa ụnụ sị ụnụ na mmadụ na-enwere ike igosi mmadụ ihe in the spiritual world. O take some years before materialize in the physical. Wee marụ ga-adịtụ na the new living house of Ogbuefi EZE-ANA Ugochi tubelu n'ime ụlọ a m nọ ya na-eme this video. This house was shown to me 7 years ago. And mgbe e gosiri m ya na nlọ, I was like, is it not possible? Because I didn't have any intention to build a duplex in my present father's compound, my late father's compound. I don't have the intention. Instead, I bought a land another place. Then I have already started developing it. So mgbe m na-alahụrụ ụra wee fụta onwe m ka m nọ na be nna m, fụzie na ebe niile dị well fenced. Mgbe ezi obere gate fụ ka dị some women dey discuss, wow, this compound is so beautiful now. When I woke up, I was like, I waved it because I didn't even have any intention to build house in my father's compound. That I bought another place. But when time comes, 70 years down the line, everything changed. In Abuja, when I was in Abuja, I was directed that I must come back home to start my calling. And immediately I started my call, they told me that I will erect a duplex here in the compound. And it didn't happen that way. Because in the spiritual realm, the house they have already been built, but physical. So, and all I mean, when then now that all, Luna under 3 months, and the talk on our Lord every day. Because it's like in the spiritual realm, the house has been completed. So, waiting to be manifest on earth. So, here I get you area, it's already like the spiritual realm, the guy get you area to go. Na-eche ka m bido dị ọrụ ka a pụmpụọ the money. Anyway, come here, somebody might still be alive. But the spiritual realm or pass go on. Amen. Oh, the man will keep pass go on. Some months in the spiritual realm on no good there. But in earthly existence, okay, they are alive. Amen. What they don't know is only a mystery to you and not to all. So mother, all the possible and mother will keep pass on in the spiritual realm, but all can end up for what? Even months, even weeks, even years. So how can they so you could be able to onye dị ndụ nwere ike n'ụwa. Example, ụfọdụ nwere ike ịwụ ya grandfather wee nọrọ ụwa, mana ị amụgo gị ati obere nwa before your grandfather nwụọ. Or this is a surprise. Here you are there n'afa. Or when that's your grandfather when you're not over. That's how can. Yes, all the very, very possible. Because that your grandfather, those years or months or calendar. In the spiritual realm, oh my God. He honors about so many things you hear Kajian. And once around those things in the world of physical or possible or. Again, when I was in a Catholic reading the life of Padre Pio. Padre Pio is a Reverend Father, like a stigmata, that was stigmatics. And the history of the church, according to him, according to the history of believe that is a mystic. That Padre Pio bilocate. Bilocate I believe no you keep bilocate be in 2 places at the same time. Or you can bilocating. So Padre Pio is one of the people that fall within that category. And even in this present earth life, there is some mystics that can still bilocate. They can be in more than one place at the same time. So the same way the people can bilocate is the same way somebody nwere ike ịnọ mmadụ na-abụ ụwa at the same time. So mmadụ ofu onye nwere ike ịnọ mmadụ na-abụ. Ihe a bụ spiritual journey, like trance, spiritual movement that this is what he longed for. You understand? Mmụọ ya anọnyelu mmadụ na at the same time. Onwe ajụjụ ị nwere n'ihe a nkuzi tata gbasara reincarnation, send alụ message na WhatsApp. EZE-ANA Ogbuefi EZE-ANA Ugochi tubelu oraifite. Ị ga-ejikwa afọ anwụta na YouTube. Send alụ message 08057837672. Ogbuefi EZE-ANA Ugochi tubelu bụ afọ m. Ya gazienụ.